Okay, welcome back to the lair. Continuing on our auction adventure, we have a Traynor guitar amplifier. This is a Canadian guitar amplifier. You know, you can tell it's a Canadian guitar amplifier by the accent on every note, eh? Okay, bad joke. Alright, so Traynor is part of Yorkville. Model YCV40, custom valve 40, YCV40. I think this is like an anniversary model or something. Okay. Got channel boost, foot switch, and then a send and receive. And it looks like this is loose, like real loose, and one of these nuts like went missing or something, so we'll have to look around and see if we have some of those. These little cliffs, I might need to put a drop of some kind of easily removable glue on those, because 2 of the 3 of them are missing and it's causing that board to be bouncy. The foot switch is in the little pocket over there, so we'll pull that out. And we have a Celestion G12 Vintage 30 speaker and Celestion International, and turn the light on to read the rest of it. Vauxhall Road, Ipswich, Suffolk, England. Looks like we have an Accutronic spring reverb down there. Oh, and we have an instrument cable? Huh, guess we got an instrument. No, it says microphone cable. That might be a stereo balance cable. I don't know what that's doing in there, but if it's for free, it's for me. So I suppose we should see if this works, and then go from there. Designed and manufactured by Yorkville Sound, Toronto, Canada. Alright, let's see what this is about. Okay, so I've got the lead here for it. I might have left the camera run by accident, but... Okay, so the thumb on the tip gives some noise. Treble works. Bass works. I'm not hearing any noise in these pots. And mid works. Okay, that's good. Let's see if reverb works. I'm not hearing reverb. I have reverb turned up as... hot as it goes, and I don't hear it. And I bang on the tank and I don't hear anything, so I think we're going to go with the reverb doesn't work. Presence, let's see if that does anything. Yeah, that does something. Okay, let's try the other channel. Okay, so volume, gain, boost. Oh yeah. Tone. That's supposed to be the bass tone. Yeah, that works. Okay, so at this point the question is, why doesn't the reverb work? Okay, so just in a little minuscule amount of fiddling around here, let me put some... I know this light arrangement is kind of doo-doo. Okay, we'll just put a light there. This is the recovery for the reverb, and that works. So if I can't hear the reverb, something ain't going back to the amp. So something ain't going, maybe it's going into the reverb tank, but it ain't coming out, so we'll have to investigate that business. The joys. Okay, so we're going to take the reverb tank out. I took the screws out. But I see power tubes. These are Savtech 5881WXTs, which are sort of like these are essentially a 6L6. I see two of them, but I don't see any other tubes up there. So why don't I see any other tubes up there? I don't know. Are they inside, or is this a hybrid? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, this is turning into a suckfest real fast. In order to get the reverb tank out, we got to get the speaker out. See, now if this bottom part of the door came off, which it doesn't because there's no screws to take it off, and they glued that. So we got to take the speaker out to get the reverb tank out, and to get the speaker out we got to take the tubes out. This is just turning into a big mess. Okay, speaker's out, and there's a metal grill. At least I'm pretty sure that's metal. Maybe it's plastic, I don't know, but it's this hard grill behind the wicker there, so that's cool. Speaker's over there, looks to be in good shape. It sounded fine, so that's good, because that's not a cheap speaker to replace. And here's the reverb tank finally. Alright, let's flip it over and see if we see any nightmares. So this side is supposedly not producing any audio. Allegedly. Guess we need a meter. Okay, so a normal channel would probably, you know, take the time and go get the tools and figure this out. Look at what they did. This is a Radio Shack cable and they just sliced it. That's funny. This is factory. It's gotta be. So obviously a normal, respectable channel would have gone and got the meter and tested all this stuff. Me, I just stuck the tubes in the speaker back in, and I'm just flipped it over, and I'm going to bang on it a little bit and see if anything magic happens. So call me lazy. Okay. So nothing there. And I've got the reverb on. But if I touch that, I can hear the reverb, but there's no sound coming out of this end. So that sucks. Let's fiddle with these wires a little bit. Do I hear anything? No. No. Is it possible that some dumbcoff went in there and flipped the wires around? Yeah. Probably not. But okay, so obviously each side of these could send or receive or do whatever. So maybe dude just had them backwards. If dude had them backwards, that's going to be funny. Okay, where's my lead? Because obviously I can hear something now. So here's my lead. Let's see if this plays any sound. The reverb. Yes. Yes, but okay. That's gonna just make me deaf. Okay, so this side of the reverb, the input is good, but the output is bad. So this is the one that picks up, right? And if I plug it into that side and I bang on the springs, I should hear something. And I don't. So we got a problem over here with this mess. So maybe one of these fizzly tiny hair wire cables is out of whack. Suppose we can check that. Okay, now we go get the meter. Okay, so we're going to take some measurements here on the side that we know is good, which should be the drive side. I get 66.2 ohms. Okay, so maybe, I don't know what it's supposed to be, 50, whatever. And this side I get more ohms than I can read. So let's go to like 2 megs, go to the maximum, whatever, and see. No, get nothing. Nothing at all to this jack. There's nothing to this jack. Okay, so now what? I suppose we can pull this cord off and see if that's contiguous over there. Stand by. Okay, so there's no discernible measurement across this coil. So this coil may have pooped the bed. Well, we could just order a new reverb pan. That would set me back $25, and is what any normal person would do. But since when do I do what normal people would do? So, since it's already knackered, let's just break into it and see what else we can do with it. Okay, party people, there ain't no way you can see this with the camera, because I can barely see this when I put it an inch in front of my face. There's little tiny wires coming off this transformer. They make human hairs look thick, and they were wound around this post and soldered, and one of them broke. And then I looked at it and the other one broke, and I just took some of the tape off, like I took a little bit of the tape off, and I found them, and they're here. So maybe with the soldering iron and a miracle and a little piece of stray wire, we can get something to hook back to that post. It's worth a try. Okay, we're just not going to be a superhero today, and we're going to order a replacement reverb tank. The wires in there are just way too minuscule, and they break if you breathe on them. Yep, so we'll just get the part number off the other one, and we'll get one. This isn't like some mystical, magical, vintage reverb tank. It's a stock part, so time to get one. Okay, so we're a couple days later, and we're back with this Traynor amp. I can obviously see the power tubes, but I read all of the information on a YCV40, and there's supposed to be 12AX7s in this thing. Weird, unless this is a different era, but I look underneath here and I see power transformers and wire cords and things, but I'm not seeing any preamp tubes in here. So let's drop the chassis. We're going to clean the stuff anyway. Okay, Canada, so what the heck? I take this out and then I'm looking at this. So apparently I got to flip it over and take the other side off to get to the guts. Okay, so there's a door, and that's where the 12AX7s are. So that's why I saw them on the spec sheet, because they do exist. Power transformer says 1234 0417, so 2004 17th week. And this says 1234M 0349, so that would be 2003 49th week, I guess. Okay, so this is probably a 2004 amplifier. Alright, tubes. Let's see what we have in here. These are supposed to be Russian tubes, allegedly. That's what it kind of said. Oh yeah. 7025 12AX7 WA, made in Russia. So this goes along with what we expected based on what I read on their website about this model. That's another one of the same. I don't expect these to be bad, but we're going to test them. It is interesting the way that they soldered those in. These type of I suppose if you had to reflow the solder to the tube socket, you could do it from the top. And then these are marked 0307 as a date code, so maybe these are like 2003. Been sitting on the shelf for a year or whatever. Oh, my phone rings. So all the tubes check out, and put them back and finish cleaning here. We'll wait for the new reverb pan. Alright, so it's a couple days later. There's a new reverb pan down there. We're gonna put that in the amp. Looks like the reverb tank is going to need the little washers or whatever that was used, you know, as like standoffs or whatever to bolt it down, but otherwise we should be pretty straightforward. I think the output's still going to be on the far side, but I think Traynor, for whatever reason, decided to use the white one for the return, which would be the output. We'll figure it out. Whatever. Okay, so I've got the reverb tank down there. This is really inconvenient to get to because you got to crawl under all this other crap in the speaker, but it's all put back together. So we knock on the reverb can, we get it's definitely picking up. So let's try our finger on the tip here. Yes, so we do have a working reverb now. So I don't think there was anything else this amp actually needed other than the reverb fixed. So we're just going to turn some knobs, make sure they all work. Yeah, it all seems to work now. So the controls are not noisy. Channel switching seems to work. So I don't think there's anything further I have to do to this. So, time to plug it in, I guess, and give it a test. Okay, so since every amp company does this different, we'll look at the operation of the foot switch for this amp. By default, with both these lights off, or both of these quote-unquote disengaged, the amp is on channel 2, which is the clean channel that doesn't have the separate gain setting. The first one here will kick that over to the first channel, so second channel, first channel. So that's between the channels. And then the second button here actually kicks in the power boost on this channel. So if I'm over on the clean channel like I am here, the switch doesn't do squat, but it'll turn on the booster circuit on that side. So, okay, now we know. Okay, so we'll try to sound check our Traynor. We're here on channel 2, which is the cleaner of the two channels. Reverb's about halfway. So the clean sound is great, very clean. I found that the drive channel, which I've just switched to, is a little bit on the trebly side, so I've rolled back the treble a little bit to compensate. So I rather like that. The gain's at about half, so I think we're good there. And then we'll try the boost circuit, which should give it more attitude yet. So there's still a lot more volume and gain living in this amp, so we're trying to keep the volume at a reasonable level so we don't freak the camera out. Yeah, generally I think this is a pretty darn good sounding amp. It's a YCV40WR. We have all Savtech Russian tubes in it and Celestion Vintage 30 speaker, 40 watt all tube amp, so hey, sounds good to me. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.